Hello, children. Do you like my Easter tree? I've got lots of pretty things hanging on it. And there's lovely flowers. Can you see what's hanging? There's some eggs, a little bird, chicken. Can you see my bunny rabbit? I like to have an Easter tree as well as a Christmas tree. Cheers me up. Why do we have all these eggs and bunnies and chickens though at this time of the year? Well, it's a sign of spring, and spring follows winter, and we've had long, cold, dark, damp days, and nothing much has been growing except underground where you can't see it. But in the spring, the buds come out on the branches, the leaves on the hedgerows start to uncurl, and the flowers come up through the ground, and the birds, they all start singing and building nests, and they're all happy, and they're laying eggs, and the rabbits are having baby rabbits, and oh, it's just a nice cheerful time of the year. I've even put on a lemon jumper to feel more spring-like. And can you see in my basket here, I've got some eggs. There's an egg, and oh, there's a nice big one. Oh, shall we open it? See what's inside? Oh, it's empty. When I was a little girl, Easter eggs were always empty. You would have a nice chocolate egg, but it was hollow. These days, the shops tend to put things inside the eggs, like sweets and chocolates and extra bits. But when I was little, like I say, they were always empty. Why are the eggs supposed to be empty, do you think? Well, they represent the grave, the tomb where Jesus was laid after he had died on the cross. But on the Sunday morning, he rose and the tomb was empty. And that's why the eggs should be empty and hollow. Here's a nice big egg. Look at this one. Oh, lovely shiny gold. Oh, can you hear? Oh, I think there's something inside that one. That's exciting. I shall look forward to opening that one. Here's something else we have at Easter. I really like these. I don't know if you do. Do you know what it is? It's a hot cross bun, and it's hot because you toast it, at least that's the way I like them, with lots of butter. But also they have hot spices in them, and the spices and the fruits remind us of the spices and the perfumes that Mary put over Jesus when she washed his feet and dried it with her long hair. Do you see the cross? Why do we have a cross on the buns? Well, because at this time of the year we remember how Jesus died on the cross. Some people wear crosses. Can you see this one? And some people even wear pretty eggs like this one, or they decorate eggs, and this one came from Russia. Here's something else. Have you ever had a card and inside, can you see the kisses, the crosses? The crosses represent kisses. That's because Jesus loved us so much he died on the cross. And that's why today the kiss is represented by a cross in the cards. Now, have you ever had something like this? If you go to school, maybe you've had to do some sums. Can you see all the red ticks for all the sums we got right? Oh, but, lots of them have got crosses by them. Why is that? Is it saying the teacher loves you? No, it's saying you've made a mistake. But just like we make mistakes all the time, that's another reason why Jesus died on the cross. So although we might make a mistake and have a big cross by our work, we must remember that we can have a new sheet of paper and start again and do better and get them right next time. And it's just like that with our lives. Jesus died on the cross so that we could have a new start every single day. We can say we're sorry if we make a mistake, and we can start all over again. Do you remember what happened during the time that Jesus lived on earth, just before Easter? Shall we go and have a look? We'll go over to Jerusalem. That's where Jesus came riding in on the Sunday on a donkey. But the rulers and the Pharisees and the priests, they were very angry and very jealous. They didn't like Jesus. And that's why they got a cross and he had to die on the cross. Not because he had made a mistake, because he never made a mistake. Jesus lived a perfect, sinless life. And he came to earth to show us how to do the same. But unfortunately, the Roman soldiers and the rulers were very jealous and angry, and they didn't like Jesus, and they didn't like the fact that all these people were following him and wanting to be like him. Let's go and see. Come. On the Sunday, before the feast of the Passover, Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey, and there were crowds of people singing, "Hosanna, Hosanna," and the children were waving branches of palm. They were so happy. They thought Jesus had come to Jerusalem to become their new leader. But of course, as you know, children, the soldiers and the priests and the Pharisees, they didn't like Jesus, and that's why they decided he had to be put to death. And so he was put on a cross on the Friday, and about sunset he died. The soldiers put him in a big cave, like a grave, and they rolled a big stone over the entrance and sealed it with strong cords. And then 100 Roman soldiers were stood outside to guard the entrance, to make sure nobody would take Jesus away. Jesus lay in the grave all over Sabbath, but early on Sunday morning, Mary went to the grave. But when she got there, she saw an empty cave, and the stone had been rolled away. Mary was crying, and then she saw an angel, and the angel said, "Don't cry, Jesus is risen." But Mary didn't understand, and she just ran off into the garden crying. She saw a man who she thought was the gardener, and she said, "Do you know where they have put Jesus?" And Jesus turned around and said her name, "Mary, don't cry." And then she knew it was Jesus, not the gardener, and she was so happy. And she ran off to find the disciples to come back and see Jesus. Happy Easter, boys and girls. And whether you have a hot cross bun or a chocolate egg or whatever you do, remember that Jesus died to save us all and that he wants to take us home to be with him in heaven one day.